Awesome. Well, thank you, Andrew, for coming in. We have Andrew here. He's a personal healthcare consultant. Andrew, tell us what it is that you do. What exactly do you do for your clients, your customers?
I make people happy, right?
Oh, I love that.
So, if you're not happy, then obviously I didn't do something right. But basically, what I try to fulfill is health insurance is not, it's not easy. It's not to understand. Before I started doing it, I used to hand stuff to my wife and just say, hey, pick out what you want and let me know when we're done. So what I want to do is simplify things for people and kind of look and explore different options for them. At that point, let them ask me questions so that we can go down the right path to whatever seems like it will work best for them, and then find a solution at that point. So whatever that path may be, I can find it better than most, I think.
Okay, so you find the healthcare plan that fits their needs best.
Yeah, basically, or just compare and contrast what they have to what's available. And hey, sometimes it's, hey, I know you didn't think that you liked what you have, but it is the best thing for you, so you should probably just stay there.
Oh, okay. So do you benefit from telling somebody to stay where they are? Like, for yourself, besides, like, just making sure they're taken care of?
Do I financially benefit, you mean?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But, it's, again, making people happy is a benefit that, if I can solve their issue, whether I benefit or not at that particular time, I stay top of mind. So when they do have someone else they know, friends, family, coworkers, that
they
also
think of you.
Yeah.
They use you as they give you referrals.
Some of my best referrals come from people I've not been able to, financially benefit from, but they know me and they trust me and they, send me lots of people. So
yeah, you build that relationship and they trust you to send them, or send you their mom, their grandparents.
Yeah, that's an honest way to do it too. It's just, if they're in the wrong lane, then you can fix it. But if they're in the right lane, for you to be honest is important.
Yeah, a lot of people think that, if you're in the health insurance, that you're a salesperson. I've always hated sales. I was in the automotive industry, technically, I guess, in sales for like 15 years, doing advisory, service advisory work. But I always just tuned out those sales pitches that the service directors told us to do. But I was always one of the top, 3 people in the dealerships as well, because I just listened to people and I led them down whatever path they wanted to go down and explained to them along the way, so they came back to me instead of being burnt out from being told they need 1,700 different things to be fixed right now. It's not always necessary. So, for me, it's eventually going to come back around. It always does. I think that's how we all try to live our lives, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good karma.
You guys are doing this. This just has nothing to do with, sometimes what your actual job titles are.
Right.
But it's helping people out. It's doing a service for the community. So
yeah, for sure.
So what? Explain to me and Jordan what you did in the sales before you switched over to health insurance.
Well,
were you a car salesman or?
No. Those people are their own breed. No offense to any of my friends that are watching this, are still car salesmen. There are some.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to do it.
There are some people out there, they're still nice. But no, I started off as a technician because I tried to turn a hobby into a career. Mm-hmm. I found out real quick that that's not.
Doesn't always work.
Doesn't always work. They don't like you drinking beer while you're working on people's cars.
Go figure.
Who would have known? I would have never guessed.
I was just trying to, duplicate it at home, but no. So in any case, I moved into if you take your car to even if just a repair shop or the dealership itself, there's someone there, I guess a steward, right? They bring in, they get your information, they, put the car through whatever it may be, service or, figuring something out, diagnosis, that sort of thing, to the technicians in a timely manner. They can call you, tell you what's, going on. Now, a lot of people use that as a way to upsell, people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There were people that car comes in, doesn't run, needs diagnosis, and before they call a customer, just tell them, hey, we'll start off with diagnosis and you need 15 flushes. That's probably not right. The car may never run again. You want to do flushes, right? So, yeah, that's the kind of sales they wanted us to do, but I always just kind of took it from, and I had to have a trusted technician, obviously, who's not going to, because some technicians will make all those bogus claims as well, and service advisors don't know what they're doing. You sending his way? Oh, okay, sure, I'll tell him. But, once you have a good advisor and a good technician working together, they can actually be very good benefit for those people. And those are the ones that come back, even to dealerships when dealerships are very expensive outside of, warranty, that sort of thing. People still come back because they trust those people and they have the expertise to kind of get things done for them. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's what I did. Again, they considered it sales. I never really did for the most part. I still was a service advisor. Right now I'm a, licensed healthcare advisor. So
you are good at advising.
Correct.
But I know what you mean, because my husband used to work at Discount Tire for a long time, and he had so many customers that would come back to him and only go to him. And, I mean, Discount Tires are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of times that they had one that was closer to him, but they always came back to him, which he didn't get commission off anything. So, yeah, they don't get commission. I'd figured they would, but they trusted him to not sell them something that they didn't need, because they wanted them to upsell too, but
they always do.
Yeah. And it's like, especially for, I know I don't want to be that girl that's like, women don't really know a whole lot about cars, but it's true for the most part, and I am in the majority. So when I only go to one guy because it's my stepdad trusts him, and so I'll never go anywhere else because I wouldn't know. Like, I wouldn't know if they were telling me some BS or not. Like,
your muffler bearings need to be replaced, or
yeah,
or your
I'm
blinker
like,
fluid?
I don't know.
Blinker fluid's real thing.
Okay. No, it's not. Okay, don't make me double check myself. Yeah, but I don't know anything about cars, so I need someone that I'm going to be able to trust to not screw me over.
Yesterday we were checking my coolant, and she didn't even want to touch the knob on it.
I'm not touching the inside of a car, like inside of the hood.
Underneath the hood.
Underneath the hood, okay. I'm not touching it. It could blow up or something. I don't know. I don't know what fumes are going to come. I've seen a lot of horror movies.
It's coolant. Whatever's going to blow up, it'll cool it down.
That's
whatever.
Not true. But
that's not true.
Don't everybody's listening, please don't take that to heart.
No, it's true.
It's over 200 degrees inside that chamber, so definitely let it cool down. But there's also pressure release, like I'm sure she knows how to do, which, you pop it once, it pops up, release the pressure, then it's okay. But yeah, you may have just opened it, the whole thing, and yeah, that would have hurt you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the truck had been off for like hours.
I don't care.
In any case,
I'm not running. I'm not running any risks.
You're right. That's the kind of thing that I've looked to build, though. Is basically that person that they can come to and they can refer people to, and know that I'm not gonna push one thing onto someone. I'm going to review options, and you can only make a living or keep on going in this kind of business, or even in this capacity as an agent, if you're not just trying to sell people. Because you sell someone something one time, and then it's a month later they figure out what they really have, they cancel. That's it doesn't work. You don't get money from something. You don't make money from one sale. You make the money by maintaining the relationship, and they stay with you for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. So what got you into doing the? Okay, let me start over. Because I know you went to Gwinnett Tech, right?
I did for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm from Gwinnett, so I saw that and I remembered it. Are you from Gwinnett? Or you just found the right program there?
No, it was the perfect place for me. It was in Lawrenceville. I grew up in Snellville.
Oh my God, I'm from Snellville.
Oh, for real?
What high school did you go to?
Shiloh.
I went to Brookwood.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go to Brookwood when I was in that system before we moved. We lived right there off in that little neighborhood right across the street from that Trinity Church, right there off of Lilburn, or what is that road that changes over 78? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I can picture
Killian Hill.
it. Yeah.
Killian Hill, that church right there.
Okay.
And right across the street is like a subdivision. Anyways, that's where we lived, and I would have been in Brookwood District. So yeah, I know exactly where it is.
That's crazy, because I don't ever meet anybody who's from there.
I never thought I'd be living on the west side, but it ended up the happenstance. So yeah, I went there because they had a program that I wanted to go to. I wanted to get a 2 years associates in automotive technology, and I was going to go there and take these classes, specialized for Nissan Infiniti technician training. By the time I got to that first year of core classes, they had discontinued that program. Mm-hmm. So then I decided to take a few months off. when I was 19, and then my buddy called me and said, "Hey, let's go out to Texas." So we went out to Houston, went to a specialized school, used those credits that were, and also they had a specialized Nissan Infinity program there. So I finished that after I graduated from the regular program and used those credits to get a combined associates with the core classes that I had already done at Gwinnett Tech, and came back, and that's when I started, but I didn't like it at all. You know, I only did it for a little bit, then I got right into advising from there. And, you know, went back and forth a little bit when I moved to Virginia. But basically I was doing that. That industry is so fluid, you know, that you never really, you know, worried when you either want to just quit or you get fired for something. Sometimes you get fired because you don't have the right personality that day. That's the kind of the way it works.
Yeah.
But you can always go somewhere else. Like dealership life is just like, okay, if you find a dealership that has a technician or somebody there that's been there for more than 5 years, that's like, oh, maybe I should look into staying here. But other than that, most people just know they just go to place to place. And so my son was about to be born, my oldest. And
Your oldest? How many kids do you have?
Yeah, so.
You had to think about it?
Well, we always ever wanted 2. That's what my wife and I agreed on. Then we had the 1. And then she kept saying, well, we're going to have 2, right? You know, within the 2 years. I said, yeah, but we had this one. Let's wait till he matures a little bit. Maybe he gets a little bit better. Maybe not, and that's all we have. But she wanted me down, and then we had, completed that process. And then that first sonogram she showed me. I didn't see it, but she's like, do you see A and B? I said, oh. Yeah,
twins.
So we have I guess a 3-year-old and some odd change. And on Saturday, on the 1st, the twins will be 10 months. So,
oh, that's awesome.
But when the oldest is about to be born, as our first one, we knew we were going to have a C-section. I had already come over to that from one dealership to another because I was headhunted by the service director from the other dealership I used to work for him at. And I told him, I said, I'm going to take this time off because I don't know what's going to be like. It's our first kid. But I'm taking the time off. She's like, no, well, we can't. We don't have coverage.
Oh.
Okay. But I'm going to do it. I guess, you know, maybe this is more like...
It's like more, I'm giving you a heads up.
Yeah, it's more like I'm giving you a heads up than I'm actually asking because you knew this was coming anyways. Like she was pregnant when I came here. That's my whole deal was, you know. So he said, well, you can do that, but you may not have a job when you get back. And I said, well, okay, well, here's my, my keys and my computer, and you can have the job. I'm done. So I took off like 3 weeks and just kind of helped her get through that after she had the C-section and everything was fine. Then started taking a few jobs. Actually, one of those agencies that they contacted me and said, hey, if you have a resume, let's get you out there kind of people. They interviewed dealerships for me. I was interviewing with Porsche and Mercedes and stuff, you know, because I came from BMW and Audi, so I was like, I want to stay up there because those people don't, you know, not all the time, but most of the time they don't mind spending money.
That's true.
Then I walked into this office, you know, for some reason, I don't know why I took the interview. I walked into the office and health insurance. I don't even know anything about health insurance. What am I doing? Our boss, Shannon Dempsey, she, I say boss, I'm 1099. She's like, she runs the office and I adhere to her leadership, I guess. But, you know, she told me how her story. She came from corporate America. She was, you know, a VP of several different food manufacturing companies like Cisco and, you know, places like that, you know, she had hit a glass ceiling because she was she went back to school as a single mom and got her master's and all that stuff. And because they told her that's what she's going to need to be, you know, but then she had other male counterparts that were just moving right past her, even though she had more qualifications. You know, she just realized that she worked hard, was good at what she did, but she was only ever going to make $250,000 a year, which is fine. It's a good amount of money.
Yeah.
But it didn't afford her the freedom that she wanted. And she found this, and she found that more money and freedom came with it, and she's helping people. And there was a hokey little thing on the written all over the walls in the office. And I was like, okay, sure. It says hope, helping other people every day, right?
I've never heard that.
No?
No, I like that.
Well, and I'm sure
cute.
It's actually kind of unique to them. But, you know, it's one of those things that sounds cliche, right? So I was like, yeah, okay, sure, they care. They don't care, whatever. It's just a corporation, right? But she actually embodied it. She actually did care, and I felt some kind of vibe, so I just took a leap. And then, you know, I've seen her take care of people personally in our, you know, agents in our company that have gone through things, you know, financially or emotionally or whatever. She took care of people. She's always there, like, Mama Dempsey. That's what we call her. So,
Oh, really?
oh yeah, she's. I
Aw.
mean, she's not always the nicest person in the world. If you cross her, she will go off. But she always has the best heart, and I absolutely love the freedom that I had, because there was that first year when we had our son, and there was, I remember it was like he was born in March, so he wasn't even a year old. It was in January, and my son was just dog sick, like he was laying, just lethargic, just laying down. I mean, he could, I don't think he could walk yet. He could just kind of pull up and crawl, but he just wouldn't go anywhere. He just wanted to lay on the couch. And I just sat there on the couch with him. I did as much work as I could, but basically sat there, and he would get up every couple of hours and start dry heaving. Couldn't keep anything down, kind of thing. I would have never been able to take care of him if I had a 9 to 5 or whatever the hour. I was actually working more like 6 to 8 sometimes at the dealership, but I was never able to just take off like that. My wife didn't have sick days, I think, left at that point for whatever reason, and so she wouldn't be able to take off. What were we going to do? But I'm able to be there rather. And take care of him, and that's kind of the decision that I made. Building a company, building your own thing, is never easy, and there's been we've had our struggles, but eventually we'll make as much as we were making then. We're somewhat close now, but the freedom has been the equalizer that's kept maybe our sanity, maybe our marriage together. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it.
So
did you, your twins, are they boy and girl, or did you get 2 girls or 2 boys?
No, they're fraternal. So I always told her, I said, look, why can't you do this the first time? 1 pregnancy, 2 kids, boy and a girl,
Knock
done,
it out.
over. Yeah. But yeah, they're it's not like they run in our family. It wasn't even kind of splitting of an egg. It was just basically 2 eggs that got fertilized at the same time, kind of thing. It was just, they're basically just siblings born on the same day within a couple minutes. So they don't really look alike. One's way bigger than the other one.
Wow.
I say way bigger. I mean, they look way bigger, but honestly, we just took them to the doctor actually for their checkups a couple weeks ago, and they're only like 2 pounds apart. They're only 2 inches apart too, as far as length goes. I don't know why one just looks way bigger. I don't know. Maybe the boy's got this big bowling ball head, I think.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, twins do run in my family. My grandfather is an identical twin, or was. He's not alive anymore, but that's awkward. But so it's either me or my brother, and my brother doesn't want to have kids, so I feel like I'm gonna get stuck with twins.
It wouldn't be your brother. It would be you. It runs on the female side.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Well, yeah, obviously he's not gonna have kids.
Right, but also it runs on the female side.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to give birth to the children like I would. So, dang. All right. Well, I'll update y'all in a few years and see if I got 2 little minions running around.
It's tough. Yeah, it makes life tough. But somehow you just kind of adapt, I guess, is the best way. I don't know how I've adapted, honestly. I look back, I'm like, how did I survive like this long, like 10 months?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But you just figure out, like, I guess, how to keep on going. Well, things change so gradually. You think like 2 extra kids. We walked in the hospital, had the 1 kid, then we walked out and we had 3. So you think something that drastic, but it really didn't. Honestly, they're actually better than he is.
Oh.
Or as like infants, so to speak. They've been easier for the most part, like getting to autonomy, better, faster. Still working on him actually. So. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what we all figure out when we go down our own paths. However we do it. Just kind of adapt to life.
Yeah. That just reminds me of that episode of Friends when Monica and Chandler have the surrogate, or they're adopting, and they're in the hospital and they're like, there's 2 heartbeats, the second one's on the way, and then she was like, whoa, hold on, what? There's 2? And Chandler's like, can we like have an option on the second one? Like, we'll take the first one for sure, but like we can talk about the second one. And she's like, no, they're our children, both of them. Love that show.
I love that show.
You guys know Friends, but you don't know Chappelle Show?
Do you know Friends?
I know the Chappelle Show, I just don't watch it.
Grew up watching Friends as it aired live, by the way.
As what?
As it aired live on TV on, I think, NBC, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Friends is my show.
Oh yeah, I definitely didn't.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, I watch the repeats that they put on TV now, but
Well, yeah, that's what I saw, but Not like when a new episode comes out.
Yeah,
When they took it off Netflix, I was mad.
Yeah.
I was so mad. But then my older sister got me all of the DVDs of all the seasons. But like, I don't have a DVD player, so I guess it's just decorative at this point.
It probably should have came with a digital copy. Check into that. But if
Well, yeah, that's solid.
if not, it's
I'm
usually
gonna Google that when we get out of here.
it's usually a code that's inside the packaging that gives you a downloadable place to download all that stuff too.
Wow, that is incredible.
Wow, look into that so
Yeah,
I can
will
scan
be
it
doing
too.
that. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I mean, even when I bought a record, like a vinyl record at a store. Actually, Sweet Melissa's, everybody knows. And it actually came, inside the sleeve was this little business card, and it had the album cover on it, but on the back it said, for a digital download of this, the whole album, go here and enter this code. So I already had the actual CD and the digital version, but a lot of things go into that. So
Yeah,
check that out.
definitely going to, because
You
that's
only
what
use
I'll
that
be
code
watching
once?
all night.
Oh, I'm
tonight.
sure it's probably for the best.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I guess I can't.
It's okay. We can
borrow
watch
that.
it together.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you get a DVD player and she can watch the digital version.
I have a DVD player.
There you go.
Okay, grandmother.
We bought it because we have a million DVDs.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it was the worst when you scratch up your CDs and you put them in and they're just skipping nonstop. Back in the day when we didn't have we didn't have our Apple Music. That was the worst. So I'm kind of glad that we got rid of CDs.
There's always a fix for that too. We'll discuss that later.
Yeah. Okay.
In any case,
Anyway, so how long have you been doing financial advising, healthcare,
some kind of advising.
consulting,
Yes,
personal healthcare consulting?
I'm in my fourth year.
Fourth year. Wow.
And that's another thing about the industry. I'm one of the veterans in the office in my fourth year. But when I got there, my the lady that runs the office, she was in her fourth year, I think. Yeah, at that time, and the guy that was working with her was in his fifth year. But they'd already accomplished so much in that little amount of time.
Yeah.
That and a lot of people start doing this, especially with the people that we work with, and they just bring forward because of the culture. That's there's another office that we have. I guess not us personally, but there's another office in the Atlanta area that has not grown quite as much or as fast. I think the culture is just different. Not to say they're bad or anything like that. They do
Like the
anything.
morale.
Yeah, morale. I just think that it has to do with the leadership. I think that the way that Shannon does things and encourages us with things rather is really the difference in how we've come to be as dynamic and knowledgeable as we really are. So
Yeah, that's like the same way here. We're a big family, pretty much, and the environment of here and the way that Jay and Chris run everything just makes you not want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, there's no way that we could ever get another job that's as chill.
Yeah.
Like we work hard, but our bosses are incredible. Everybody that works in this office is great.
So
Yeah, work
understand
hard.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
where you're coming from.
everybody works hard, but eventually, you got to play hard, sometimes, and sometimes it's long nights, and having a place like this with all these different extracurricular things,
Yeah,
to
like we
do.
got a grill, dartboard.
A beer fridge, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told you about that. We're celebrating Cinco de Mayo pretty much all day.
Tacos and tequila all day.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to look like our place too. When we hit milestones for the month or week or year or whatever it may be, for either whether it's individually or for agents or for as an office. So whoever's in the office, because not everybody always is, but whoever's in the office, all right, everybody stop, you're on the call, come on over, let's do shots,
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, why don't we do that?
I don't know why everybody
I
does
think
Thank
that.
you for the idea.
Every time we close a deal, we need to take a shot. Everybody in the office just go into the bullpen and take a shot every time someone closes a deal. That's iconic.
Yeah,
Oh
we have,
my gosh.
I'm pitching that to Jay immediately.
That's genius. So
gotta
thank
come-
you.
You got to come up with your own way to do a shot too. We have our own. I'll tell you later, but it's unique to what we do. But it also is something that, and you're new and you're like a rookie. You just walked in and you're studying for your licensing test and exam, and then you see all these people just get up and go do this crazy whatever ritual. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. You know, and then everybody's just ecstatic for someone else. Not everybody's there is you know, in that moment. They're not the ones that all succeeding, but as a whole, we all are succeeding, kind of, you know. So it's a definitely a culture thing for
like
sure.
y'all celebrating each other, hyping each other up.
Yep. Yeah, bringing
it.
each other back down from the clouds sometimes, but also bringing us back up from our, you know, you can't ever get too high or too low, and that's how we like to. That's how Shannon likes to, you know, tell us how to live or how to do our job. You know, obviously we have our own. We can do whatever we want. Mm-hmm. But you'd be more successful if you listen to her.
Yep. That sounds just like us. So I get that.
I think there's a lot of parallels in this office to ours, honestly.
Except y'all have a better kitchen.
Yeah, well, you got to knock down walls and take over units for that sort of thing.
Yeah. We'll have to do something about that here.
Hey, at least you guys got a shower. I mean, that's
something y'all don't have.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to get that in there. Then I'll never have to leave. We already have a, you know, a chiropractor's table and like one of those couches for the shrinks.
Oh yeah,
like
really.
futon.
Oh, it's like
chaise?
It's chaise.
Chaise.
It's kind of like a chaise, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You would know what it was if you seen it.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think I know what that
You would know
is.
if you would. You would know. So tell us, how can your viewers get a hold of you? How can they find you? How can they get in touch with you?
Well, I'm sure gonna like flash my information up at some point in the general area. But other than that, I mean, they can just look me up on Facebook if you're, you know, have a company and you know, look me up professionally on LinkedIn. It's both the insurance beard. You know,
I saw that on your
into it.
cover banner.
Yeah, the best brand I can come up with. I'm just trying to be a little bit different from, you know, all those other people. They're basically the same thing: insurance dude, guy, gal, lady, whatever.
Set yourself apart.
Yeah, so I didn't get rid of the insurance part, maybe, but I don't know. Dynamic, I don't know.
I liked your little logo that you had up there.
That was professionally made actually by Cassie.
Oh.
Yeah, she made that for me when we were doing our whole branding thing. So whenever you guys have her in here, you guys should, you know, mention that as well. Hopefully, yeah, because it's what I had in my head, but I could never put that together.
Yeah,
it was.
It looks just like you, but with no like face.
And I'm not going to get sued by Google for copyright infringement.
Yeah,
because I didn't have that to begin with. I had someone that looked very similar. I just pulled it off on Google, and she said, "You can't do that." Apparently, there's legal problems with it. So,
yeah, apparently,
yeah, hers is completely original, and yeah, it does look a lot like me. But I'm telling you, summer's coming back around, and this beard gets pretty heavy.
Yeah,
you're
to
branded.
Shave it off.
I didn't used to. I know it's the branding now, but I used to only grow this for like a month out of the year when it was like cold out, and then I just go back to the little thing on the chin, you know. But that was it, and I'd have all this, you know. But
well, the great thing is it'll grow back.
Oh yeah, I can shave it completely off, and it'll be like this again in like 4 weeks.
Yeah, my brother's the same way.
Yeah, so is mine.
It's a curse, right?
Curse and a blessing.
I don't see the blessing part of it, but it's definitely a curse. A lot of shaving, a lot of trimming. But yeah, I appreciate you guys letting me be on today, and again, just showing me this other side of the MP group I just did not know about until you contacted me. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you for coming out.
Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.